So I'm Shyam Prasad. I'm a member of ACCA and CAMA. I have been teaching ACCA and CAMA since 2014 and I am the founder of wowacademics.com. So welcome to this video. In this video we are going to discuss about the audit and assurance subject, and it's currently called as AA and previously it is called as F8. So we are going to see things such as chapters in this AA subject. How is this subject related with other subjects? The basics of AA that you should know, the format of the exam, approach to examining the syllabus, and how to study for this subject. So ACCA has given us not a short kind of a synopsis as to what this AA subject is. So audit and assurance provides you with an understanding of the knowledge and the application skills required to carry out an audit engagement. So the purpose of this subject is to ensure that you understand what is audit and you are able to conduct an audit engagement with the audit company, right? So that is what the subject actually wants from the student. So your ultimate goal is to ensure that you can do an audit engagement by yourself. So let's look at what are the chapters here. So the chapters as per your syllabus, this is not as per the textbooks, as per the syllabus is audit framework and regulation, planning and risk assessment, internal control, audit evidence, review and reporting, and finally employability and technology skills. So this subject, audit and assurance, is supported by financial accounting and financial reporting subjects here. So you should know like what is financial accounting, because audit is all about finding out how the accounts has been recorded, right, from the supporting evidence to the journal entry to the SOFP or SOPL, how the transactions have moved. So that is going to be audit. And the financial reporting, you have the IFRS standards, whether the appropriate IFRS standards have been used or not. That kind of a knowledge you should be having here. So this subject actually passes on towards SBR and AA. So it moves only a little bit towards SBR subject. So even what to say, an idea about audit and assurance is mostly enough to appear for SBR exam. But for audit and advanced audit and assurance paper, then entire knowledge about this subject is absolutely essential. So if you are planning to appear for this professional level choice paper, ensure that you have thoroughly understood your AA paper. So that is like vitally important here. So don't just try to get a passing mark of 50. Try to get more knowledge than the passing mark. So let's look at the exam details here. So the exam format for this AA is going to be a 3-hour exam. It's a computer based exam, 100 marks, and 50 marks is going to be the passing mark. There is no negative marking. So let's look at the approach to examining the syllabus. So all the questions are compulsory, contains a mix of objective and longer type questions. The exam will be both computational and discursive elements, but in this exam, okay, it's going to be discursive elements mostly. Okay, it's a theory paper and it's going to be discursive elements. Some questions will adopt a scenario or case study approach. Before the exam, 10 minutes extra time is given to read the exam instructions. So that's about the general framework for the examination pattern. Let's look at their question paper pattern. So the question paper pattern is like quite different from other skills level paper. So it's going to be section A, 3 cases of 5 OTQs per case of 2 marks. So that's going to be 30 marks. So section A of the computer based exam comprises 3 questions, each containing 5 objective test questions here. So when compared to other subjects where section A would be just OTQ questions or 15 OTQ questions of 2 mark, that pattern is not here, right? So this is actually the section B of actually other papers. So what is about the section B here? The section B here is going to be 70 marks, and this is the pattern they have given. So the pattern is 1 question which is of 30 marks and 2 questions of 20 marks. Okay, So put together it's going to be 70 marks here. So section B of the exam will predominantly examine one or more aspects of audit and assurance, from planning and risk assessment, internal control, and audit evidence, although topics from other syllabus areas may also be included. Okay, so this means predominantly they are going to come from this planning, risk assessment, internal control, and audit evidence chapters, but you can also expect some lower mark, okay, or some reduced mark from some other syllabus area also, right? So questions are likely to be broken down into several requirements. So it's not going to be just a 30 marks question, okay? It's going to be a broken down question. It can be 15 mark, 15 mark, or 15 mark, 10 mark, 5 mark. It can be like broken into any subparts, okay? So look at your previous examination papers to know what is the submark calculation they have. This is going to be manually marked, and you have to write as clearly as possible, okay? And you have to show all the assumptions that you are using in this exam, okay? So it's not a MCQ. You have to write it in a clear manner so that the examiner can understand your answer. The pass percentage for this paper has been around some 40% roughly. So it has gone as low as 36 and it has gone up as 43%. Okay, so roughly it's around some 40% of pass percentage here, right? So but what we don't know in this kind of a breakup is whether this is a first time attempting students passing or third time attempting students passing. We know only that it is a student passing, but we don't know what is the attempts they have made. Okay, so we can say that this number can be reduced a little bit also, right? So the people who have appeared 3 times or 2 times for this exam, so they are putting more effort, so they are not as simple as a student who is appearing for the first time, right? So for a student appearing for the first time, the passing percentage would be actually lesser than what is indicated by ACCA. So ACCA is not giving us which attempt the person is writing the exam. So they are not giving that information. So you can be very sure that this is actually a higher percentage that they are showing. The actual percentage would be much lower for the first attempt student. So in this section, we'll look at how to study for the ACCA paper. So we have discussed with experts, and this is what they have recommended as to how to study the paper. So we have taken an average student on how much effort he needs to put in terms of the paper. So you can start with audit framework and regulation. So this is as per the ACCA syllabus chapters. Okay, it's not as per the textbook chapters here. So mostly these headings and the textbook chapters would be similar only. Okay, they won't be like much different at all. So even if you see the textbook chapters to be different, you can just see that these lines, okay, this particular line will appear in the first page of the chapter. Okay, so you can easily identify that this particular name, okay, this sub element will be in the Kaplan or BBB textbook chapter first page itself. Okay, for every chapter first page they will mention which syllabus area is going to be covered in that particular chapter. So the chapter name could differ, but what it's going to be covered will be very clearly mentioned. So this is as per the ACCA chapters and sub topics. Okay, we can say it as topics and subtopics. So you can start with audit framework and regulation and give it a one priority, and mostly they are like moderate. The second one priority you can give for planning and risk assessment. Some of the topics are easy and mostly they are moderate, and the last one, audit planning and documentation alone, seems to be difficult. In terms of internal control, which is the chapter C, and we can give a third priority, and the first one is the most easiest, and the difficult is going to be the last, internal audit function and assignments. So in terms of the fourth priority, you can give it to audit evidence. All of them are reasonably, what to say, they are moderate, and the first chapter alone is easy, and the difficult chapter is the work of others. So that's going to be a difficult kind of a chapter. So review and reporting, you can give the fifth priority. See, here in this subject, we are using the same sequence like how ACCA has given, because this is a theory subject and this is a kind of a process, right? It's a process 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can't like jump the process. So the sequence of A, B, C, D, E is like we have it as per how ACCA has given. And employability and technology skill is like mandatorily you have to learn it through the ACCA CBE platform. So to study for this paper, as we have mentioned for other subjects, use the Kaplan study kit or under the revision kit, or you can use BPP study text and revision kit, but do not mix between Kaplan study text and revision and BPP revision kit. Okay, if you mix, you are going to get confused. Use the priority which we have mentioned for studying the subject. Read the textbook first, chapter by chapter. So once you have finished a first chapter, write the test for the first chapter. Okay. So you can purchase our online course for AA subject. So this is going to be an self-paced videos. So we will give you all the videos. You can watch it at your convenience. And especially for the subject like AA, where there's no like uh, sub problems involved, a better explanation. If someone explains to you like what is this subject and how it has to be studied and what is the each and every concept, it would be much more easier for you to understand the concept, because it's a very boring and dry subject and it's a very theoretical subject. So it's usually required that you need a lecturer to explain you the topics. So, and you can also save a lot of time by listening to videos here, right? So if you are willing, if you feel that you would learn better when someone teaches you, or if you want to save a lot of time, you can buy our online course. So the practice exam style and standard questions to time using the ACCA practice platform. So ACCA recommends that you have to do exam style questions, right? So you have to definitely do BPP and Kaplan exam kit questions. If possible, you can also use the past exam papers for your reference, and you can do those questions also. You have to develop your skills in answering the constructed response questions. So you have to ensure that your typing speed is good enough in appearing for the exam, and you should know how to use the CBE platform effectively. ACCA recommends that you have to do at least two full marks under exam conditions. That is a 100-mark exam in 3 hours you should be able to do. And it would be great if you get a tutor feedback. Okay. So this is where again we can help you. We have mock question papers. We will send it to you. You can write the exam and you can send us the answers. So this is a paid service. So you can purchase a service from our website, and you can ask and you can download the question paper. So we are there to help you. So if you have any questions, you can post it in the comments section. So once you have done all the steps that we have mentioned, it would be like quite easy for you to clear the exam. And all the best for starting preparing for the exam, and all the best for clearing your paper. So you guys can reach us at our website. I have posted a lot of content for Quora. For people who don't know like what is ACCA, I have posted a lot of content, and I'm very active in LinkedIn. So you can connect with me on LinkedIn. We are not that active in Facebook, but still we would like answer your queries with a lot of time delay. We would answer your questions. Okay, so better you can connect with me in LinkedIn. If you like this video, give a like for it, share it with your friends who find this video useful. And if you have any queries, suggestions, any ideas, okay, anything related to ACCA or this particular paper, put it in the comments. We are like quite active in YouTube videos and answering them. So active means it's like we take around some 2 days to answer your questions. So you can comment anything on the comment section. right? And it will be great for us and encouraging if you put encouraging word for us. So thank you very much for watching the video. Bye guys.